Okay, so to answer their questions, I basically went over how to go through a stage box. You put all your inputs into the stage box. Then at the end, the other end of the stage box is the fan. You do all your inputs there. Then whatever outputs you have that you would need to send back to the stage where your amps are going to be will go out of your sends, your main outs, your group outs, whatever the case may be. You plug the your return cables from the snake fan into those outputs on your mixer, and then on the stage, when you have your quarter-inch returns, or you can have XLR returns, depending on the kind of stage box you get, and then that would go to your EQs, to your the PA management systems like the DBX Drive Rack PA Plus. That would go to all your amps. So that's where that's how you send the signal there. As far as the monitors are concerned, just an overview. You have your aux 1 and 2. You have your pre and your post fade sends. You put in however much of that signal you want to send through. Then the overall aux signal will be your send knob. That'll be your overall volume. That will come out of the snake and into your amplifiers. And hopefully, if you did it right, you'll get a good sound out of your monitor speaker. Now, as far as the multiple aux sends, multiple monitor mixes, well, basically, if you have a mixer, say you have a mixer, I wish I did, but if I had a mixer, or if you have a mixer that has 6 auxiliary sends, and you have 3 pre and you have 3 post. Well, sometimes there's a button on there where you can change it from whether you want it to be pre-fader or post-fader. I don't have that luxury yet. I plan on updating this whole system, well, the mixer situation, hopefully very soon. But the mixer I want is about $3,000, and I don't have that kind of cash flow yet. But unless you have 3 auxiliary pre-fader auxiliary sends, that's really the only way you're going to be able to get 3 completely different monitor mixes. You can have variations of, if the aux send, your first aux send is for your vocalist, and he wants to hear his vocal and maybe the lead guitarist and his monitor. Well, that'll be one. If you have another auxiliary send, then you can say, okay, well, the back vocal, the backup vocalists want to hear themselves, so that would be another auxiliary send. If the drummer wanted to hear something different, that would be another auxiliary send. So in this situation, he has a main out, which is fine. We haven't touched any of the auxiliary sends for the main out. He wants to do one, one monitor out, and he wants to do a separate monitor for in-ear. Well, the in-ear monitor systems are really cool because you don't have to worry about feedback, and basically the performers will control their own mix, however they, whatever they want to hear, how loud they want it, that kind of thing. They can change it for each song. They have their own little mixer on the side of the stage. They're very expensive, but sound guys like it because they don't have to worry about all these wedges everywhere that could possibly give off feedback. So those are nice. It works exactly the same way. You still take your pre-fade out, and that would go into a little box, and then usually sometimes wirelessly or has a really long cord. Drummers use them because they have the noise canceling function on there, so they can just hear what they want to hear. So I know I'm rambling on, but the answer to the question is you can only have as many monitor mixes as you have aux send. So for every different mix you want, you better have another send. And you can't use a post send because that will, a post fader send, because you'll run the risk of, if you're post fader and this fader changes, so does the monitor. You don't want to do that ever, because you're gonna tick off a musician if you make the mistake and you put that in a post fader auxiliary send, and they're gonna say, hey, turn up my monitor, and you're gonna do that. Okay, everything's fine, but now say, they say turn me down, it's too loud, or maybe you get some feedback. Well, you turn that down, and now his monitor is down. You know what I mean? He can't hear anything. If you turn the fader down, you're also turning the monitor down. So you have to stay away from that. And what did? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I already went over that. So hopefully that helps everyone. As far as doing, with the EQ on the monitor, that's basically to limit the feedback. You can find, if you just slide up. Now this is a dual channel 31 band EQ. It's DBX. It's the 231. And if you just very, very basic, real quick. If you start off with a flat response, which means you just put everything to 0, and just to train your ear so you know what to listen for, just go up on each one at a time. Bring it all the way up, bring it down to 0. Not all the way down, because you don't want to cut it completely, but start from 0, go up, put it back down to 0, go to the next one, and then you'll hear some ringing. You'll get used to what frequencies are which when you hear them, so you'll know which ones to turn down or which ones to turn up. If it's too muddy, you want to turn like the mids and the highs up. If it's too tinny, you want to turn the mids and the highs down. Look at your what your speakers will handle. If they won't do 20 hertz or 30 hertz or 40 hertz, well, don't even worry about it, because no one, just don't even mess with them, because your speaker's not going to produce it. Now these, the ones I'm using in this purpose at this time, are they're little 8 or 10 inch speakers. They're not going to have a lot of bass. I don't have to worry about it with the bass. Like most of these these are all set to flat anyway. And then up toward the top of the scale, these will do the pretty high frequency. So I can go with like a 12K or a 10K, and it'll be okay. I can go up and down, but anywhere past that, don't even bother. So I hope that helps some people out there. Please ask me questions. If I explain something the wrong way, or maybe you can explain it differently, please let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, so I can keep doing these things. And I want to learn along with everyone, basically. You know what I mean? That's how I started somewhere. I have a lot to learn. I have learned a lot. I've been doing it for a while. I have learned a lot, but there's still a lot more to learn. There's a lot of gear out there I don't understand. There's a lot of gear out there I'll never be able to get because it's way too expensive. But for doing sound for bands and for a couple hundred people, I'm all set. I can pull it off. Anything more than that, I need another PA system for that. So again, I hope this helps some people out there. I'm going to keep the videos coming. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. If there's maybe a different way to explain something, or maybe I got a piece of information wrong, it can definitely happen. All right.